which godfather? I mean, which Nigeria no get, for bearers. It is just where anything goes, anywhere with their face. Everybody just wait for your own turn. You get what I mean now? And then when the castle now burst, do you get what I mean now? You have a place where they don't even know how to have a conversation about a nation. They are not building a nation in Nigeria. It is a winner takes it all. You will see politicians, they will say, if the Igbos want to be president, they need to belong. We cannot sell the candidacy of Igbo we can't sell a candidate of a Yoruba man in Igbo land, or we can't sell a candidate of Igbo man in Hausa land. We need to go and look for a Fulani that we need to go and look for a Muslim. We need to go and look for a Christian. We need to go and blah, 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 blah. And then you say, China nation, they build so. What kind of country are you building if you tell yourself, sir, the truth? So people like us know what the end game will be, and we choose to say, why don't you just say no? People can say no. And there's so many ways you can say no. Somebody like me would never dissipate my energy trying to convince you why election matters when I know there is nothing an election like an election. There's nothing like an election. It's just your regular ritual. The ritual you do that makes some of you feel like you have fulfilled all righteousness. May God just do the rest. I don't go and do my own vote. I don't vote for Tinubu and gang, or I don't go vote for this or that. For people like myself, I'm always like, why waste my energy on something that I know the end result? Nobody is coming to rescue anybody. That's one thing I keep telling people. Nobody is coming to rescue anyone. Now, not go rescue, not serve. Yeah. They don't build nation in Nigeria. They don't even know how to have a conversation about nation building. You get what I mean? They said they wanted to do electoral reform. And they said they wrote an electoral bill. They passed it into law. Electoral bill or electoral law that should help Nigeria to curb electoral malpractices. Yeah. But they said they won't sign it. When they asked Buhari, why won't you sign it? He said, I'm not going to sign it because I love Nigeria democracy and I don't want to ruin Nigeria democracy. What kind of Nigeria democracy that will say people who have Borno State who have 27 local government area or so, and you only have just 4 local government area working there. Only 4 local governments. 23 local government is now in control of the terrorists. Although lately, Nigerian military have been routing, they have been really killing all these terrorists as they have claimed, even though we know somebody. But at least lately, they seems to be having upper hand and they are shooting and killing, and like they said, they are winning again. But election is coming. Election is coming. Borno with IDP camp, you see displaced people. They say when they, they say when you get displaced and your property, you get displaced by terrorists, and you get your properties burnt and all of that. There's something they always have. It is the voter's card. They always have the voter's card. So the system is rigged. You can't change it. You can pretend to want to join them. Let's join them and change them. Of course. Now, so some of the people said they were joining them to change them. And they ended up being worse than them. You know what I mean now? Well, everything now by choice. For those who know, but some of us know what the end result will be. And that's why we said, why do you have to waste so much energy? Why do you have to subject yourself to that? And I can where's that my video? There's a video where Wiki was talking about how to rescue Nigeria from APC and from Buhari's hand. Yeah. And then I have another one where, even though we have mentioned everybody, we won't be president, we won't help you, we won't solve your problem. There's another one we have never mentioned, and that is our number 16. How many of you know number 16? After yours truly, after Buhari, number 15 in the scheme of things, in the high heaven, in the spiritual world. How many of, okay, let me show you.
Take it to the mountaintop. If you have never heard it before, I'm saying it to you this morning. In the scheme of things, as far as politics of Nigeria is concerned, President Muhammadu Buhari is number 15, and yours sincerely, I'm number 16. I've never said that to you before. I never said that to you before. I make it plain this morning. I let you know it this morning. Nothing can change it. In the name of Jesus, he is number 15. I am number 60. To this end was I born, and for this purpose came I into the world. I prepared you for this for more than 30 years. That's why if he wants to run in 2019, I do not oppose. He's still number 15. It's when he steps out that I step in. His assignment is that of Moses to take Nigeria to River Jordan, but he can't cross it. He will take a Joshua to go to the other side and begin to distribute resources to the people of this nation.
Somebody said, you always like to criticize the pastor. Share this one now. Some people are laughing. Many of you are laughing watching it. You get what I mean? Some of you are laughing because it's so funny, isn't it? But some will tell you it's not funny. It's number 16. Some of you are not in the spirit. It is the joke on us. Do you get what I mean now? The confidence. Somebody said it is only in Nigeria that you will see people that will be confidently lying. You get what I mean now? Like people who are like confidently lying. I was okay. I won't say that. And that's what most of these religious bodies. That's what they do. People are there, educated people attend Lateran Church of Pastor Tunde Bakari. Educated people, professionals, and the rest of them. But no offense. Religion can always make you stupid. Religion don't let you think right. Do you know that? No offense, so because religion doesn't let you think logically. Because thinking logically is like you are trying to say you are smarter than God. And religion says, yeah, you can think to be smart, but don't ever think that you are smarter than God, because God is the smartest and the rest of that. So don't think you are smart. You are not smart. Shut up your mouth. You are not smart. Don't say you are smart. Religion makes you stop thinking logically. And that's why you saw people there. Like, it may not make sense to them, but in religious wise, it doesn't have to make any sense to them. That's what he said. Buhari will take Nigerians to River Jordan, but they won't cross the River Jordan. Baba, or more, drove to River Jordan for all Nigerians right now. Oh boy, he passed the road to Libya. The people where they pass desert go Libya. If to say that Jordan Nigerians they go for 2023, oh boy, see road to Jordan. But Tunde Bakari will now take you and you will cross the River Jordan. And I go back to Jordan. I don't know. So you can have an idea. So people sat there, they were listening. And you know, that's what religion does to you. But of course, people who are religious or people who pray for me on Maiyegun's diary political, they are like, they pray for me and I'm religiously connected to them. I'm like, you know, very connected to them that way. But if the prayer point don't they change to something, I could just be like, say, mommy, that prayer point, it's exaggerated, mommy, That's the kind of person I am. Number 15 to number 16, River Jordan, at the crossing River Jordan. On top this Nigeria case. Or the other day, they said now 2,500 mullahs will pray for Tinubu to be president. On top this 2023 case. Maybe they are going to go and bring Saudi mullahs. They are going to go and bring the Indian Buddhist or the Indian temple. They are going to bring all of them come. That's why one of these pastors said recently, and he said that they should tell Ooni of Ife to keep his sitting away this 2022 because it will cause trouble. People. And then lying to you confidently. And you are not expected to question it because why do you want to be so logical? Why? Just stop thinking. Let God do it for you and all of that. So you would expect Pastor Bakari and so many other religious people who understand. That's another thing here. You see some of these religious bodies, especially the leaders, they understand the rot and the reason why Nigeria is where Nigeria is today. Why everybody is waiting for his own turn. There's a video. I don't know if many of you have seen that video. There's a video of Pastor Adeboye, and he was giving the New Year, he's giving the New Year prediction, or what they call it, prophecy for 2022. And for the first time, I was watching Baba, and I realized that, Baba said, don't take careful. Now, I don't know if many of you have seen that video. Baba was talking about 2022, and he said that there are some things he's not going to say. And then when he tells you something, he makes sure that he says them in parables, because that is, you can't say most of them directly. And he got to a point, Baba was like, storm, they come. But you know what? I hear from God once in a while. I was, Baba, which one is, let me look for that video. I said, Baba, which one is you hear from God once in a while? You're supposed to be hearing from God all this while. So that, well, I don't know if you have seen that video. So everybody is trying to be careful now, because people are asking questions, because you expect them. They know. They know the damages that these criminals have done. But somehow, it is rub my back and rub your back system that they operate in Nigeria. Rub my back and rub your back. Tell the people Allah is doing something for them. Allah is working for them. Holy Spirit is cooking something up for them. And anything, just give them some hope. Tell them to pray. Tell them, ask them, did they have any dream? Did they hear anything? Did they hear any voice? And things that will keep people down. Lies that makes them or get them distracted. Not telling them the truth. Because I think that is where they make their own money as well. So Pastor Tunde Bakari is going to be the number 16. He is your next president that some of you are not paying attention to. Okay. Right. So I'm looking for the audio. So everybody is trying to be careful before they will say something that won't happen, because we don't get the generation where they ask now. So Baba Shebi, you tell us something last year. Excuse me, ma. Excuse me. Shebi, you told us that God told you this and that last year. Election don't they come now, you want the Messiah again. So people are trying to be very careful, because people know they smile now. And that is why we continue to preach. We continue to ask. We continue to encourage that everyone who is opposed to a rotten system that has sworn to destroy our own citizens without any remorse, everyone who is standing up should continue to stand firm. When we make up the numbers, there will be a shift. There will be a change. And when I say change, I'm talking about against the system that has refused all entreaties for it to at least make it work for an average person in that country. It is not a nation. There is no structure. There is nothing that makes Nigeria a country or a nation. Nigeria is a country of many nations. And until these nations come together, talk and decide to go their separate ways or otherwise, this is what you are going to continue to witness, where politicians will come and lie to you that they have the magic wand. You know, the crazy thing is that the same people, now that part, they make me feel somehow most. Now the same people. The other day, Tinubu was in London. Yeah. And you know his own medical record too. Yeah. Atiku is also over 70 as well. Oh well, maybe not over, almost 72. But these are the characters you've known since 1999. How can anyone in their right mind, in their right sense, not asking these questions like, I mean, is Tinubu going to be in this world with you in another 30 years? You, as a 22 or 25 years old man, you probably still have a chance of living for another 30 years. Tinubu is already 80. Well, maybe almost 80. He said he's 69, right? But his daughter, Folashade Tinubu, is about 50. She's about 55 or something. So that would just be like Tinubu giving birth to her when Tinubu was about 14 years old or something. But you just don't know anyway. But if Tinubu is 69, had another 30 years, that would make Tinubu 99. Do you think, you know, the Tinubu that is going to plan down your future, that you want to give down your future to, or the Atiku or any of this rogue that you've known almost all your life? Some of you have known them all your lives. Me, I still get the opportunity of knowing Abiola. I had the opportunity of, in fact, seeing him. Oh, MKO, Abiola. I saw him. I was a kid. But some of you, these characters, when they say Fayoshe, when they say Saraki, when they say Dino, when they say Bokuwari, and the rest of them, they keep giving you their names. You've known them all your lives, and they are those ones who have the solution to your future. It doesn't work that way. So that is why somebody like myself and so many other people say, if people demand that they want something different and they mean it, they can get it. But that is up to them if they want anything different. So, but so far so good. Some people will tell you that they've not seen any reason for wanting anything different. Because according to them, it's like it's impossible to break away from these people. Like they don't want to as well. You need to talk to your brothers, you need to talk to your sisters. Election and the rest of them is waste of time. I know that won't stop many of you from still having to vote for them. Because to some of you, in fact, your survivor in 2023 lies on how many of them you are able to, to collect money from. But Northern Nigeria, Northerners, praying for Tinubu to be president. That is a red flag. That is a red flag. It simply means it will just be what do you call the Buhari Pro Max? Buhari Pro Max is a different level of, oh man. See, I'll tell you why I'm saying this. I'm a Yoruba man. And every time I sit down to just think, like, man, if Yoruba land is well managed, if those who have had the opportunity of representing the Yoruba people in these projects, Nigeria, if they have cared just a little bit for the Yoruba people, we could probably be doing so well economically and everything, infrastructurally and all that. It is not a rocket science. I mean, if they had our love at heart, when they talk about the poverty capital of the world, we share in the number in Yoruba land. When they talk about out of school children, we share the number in Yoruba land. When they talk about the insecurity that we are now sharing in Nigeria, we share a bit of that too. We get kidnapped, we pay ransom, we get sent over to the exile, we get sent to refugee camp in another country. We have seen it, and we have seen that, and we have done that too. Then I ask myself that the Lagos State and every one of those who paraded themselves, who, in fact, if you look at what they did and what they stole individually for the period they had the opportunity of, leading Yoruba land, apart from they came to still give Yoruba people substandard infrastructures, and for 22 years we are still pretty much like a war-torn area. And you're like 22 years, Lagos State with such enormous resources, and then Ogun State with the proximity and closeness to Lagos State. And in fact, the closeness of all the Yoruba states to themselves, to start with, did not encourage any one of them to at least build an economy that they can say, even within Nigeria, if you go to Yoruba land, they seem to be doing their things together. They have their own connecting rail line that starts from Osun, and it goes round in 2 hours back to Osun. It goes round and goes from Oyo to Lagos, from Lagos to Ogun, to Akure, to Ekiti, back to Osun. Take that circle around Yoruba land, and you will be so amazed, because if you want to see the Yoruba land, just go on their metro train. For 22 years, there was no one in Yoruba land with such idea, with such belief that our people deserve such, when they won't even build road. When they will put kata for road, they will put their grader for on the road, grade part of the road, and then leave all the red earth on there, and then they will cut tape and say the road is under construction, and it can be under that construction for another 80 years. Yoruba people are those who are living in those places. So for 22 years, there was never a time that you can say, oh, there is this mass housing project, or this is a mass water project for the Yoruba people. Something that you can say, oh, we actually have the idea, a great idea of sharing our wealth, sharing our ideas, and creating multiple wealth. I remember when somebody told me, and he said, listen, this is just me giving you another example of how much these criminals have failed us. This person was talking to me, and he said that he has his own bias against the Igbos as a Yoruba man. And I was like, okay, tell me about it. What's that your bias, and what do you feel? It was like, I don't have the bias of saying, no, attack Igbos or do this or fight. But I'm just saying that they control everything. They are like everywhere in Lagos. You know, that's a common language of the Lagos Abobakus, if you have listened to some of them very well. And I remember telling some of you that these guys don't represent the Yorubas. They speak based on where their bread is being buttered. Tinubu, who weaponized poverty in Yoruba land, in Lagos State, which started from Lagos State, weaponized poverty, created that bureau structure and the rest of that, also created something. It created the Yorubas, who have been so battered that they will blame every wrong thing in their life, every failure in their lives and the life of their people. They will blame it on just anyone. They will blame it on everyone but themselves. And that person was telling me, said, they can look at Alaba market. Look at where do you normally sell parts in Lagos? Ladipo. Look at Aladipo. They controlled everywhere. There's no Yoruba there. There's no this and that. And I was like, this is what everybody always say. Why do you want to own their shops? Like, did you go to China or you go to wherever to go and buy all those spare parts? And then you open your shop at Ladipo. And then the other traders who are not Yorubas who are there, then they decided to fight you and then, kick you out. I said, this is what we are talking about. It takes effort it takes not just effort, it takes effort, business acumen, as well as risk taking of an average Igbo man to put his savings, in fact, take loan and just face China, even if he's never been to China before. And they will go there and they will say, if I go to China, I can get all these things cheaper, which means if I bring them down to Nigeria en masse, I can sell them better and make more money. For him, that is a business. But if you have smart people in Yoruba land, you see all those things that they go China and go buy. I was answering this my brother who have this bias of the Igbos, we cannot go to Onitsha, we cannot hold shop there. I was like, see, all of you will be saying the little place, the little what you call it, the Lagos that they born you, and the village you go to for Ileya and every other thing is the little word you know. And the what do you call it, which means that some of you have never really lived. There's difference between traveling everywhere. You can say, oh, I've traveled to lived outside your enclave in a way. So it's easy. And I'm like, you may have your own biases towards them, but you see, this excuse of their business is not a good excuse. If you have the Yorubas who have sense, the Yoruba political class who want to create an economic influence for the Yorubas in Yoruba land, yeah? Why not just, in fact, let me put it this way. This is what I told him. I said, you as a person, you are, you are an engineer. You told me, a mechanical engineer. And in fact, you know all these car parts, and they said yes. I said, now, imagine if the same criminals who are stealing your money in Yoruba land to buy properties abroad, who are stealing your money to build themselves mansions that they will never live in. Imagine if they just feel like, you see all these Igbo billionaires, these Igbo traders, they always go to China, go to Japan, go to this, go to that to go and manufacture things and that. What if we package these billions and we give these resources that allows a Yoruba man and a group of Yoruba engineers or technicians and what have you to manage and work in a factory, a multi-purpose factory that will save Obina a lot of money from going to China and stay right there in Yoruba land where those parts are being manufactured. Even though Obina would love this idea to be the idea of his own state governor in Igbo land, not having to travel down to Yoruba land to come and buy the spare parts, right? Obina would prefer to buy those same spare parts, produced in Onitsha if they have stable electricity, right? Instead of going to China. But me as a Yoruba man, and then you have people who are like, what should we do to create economic power for our people? What if all the spare parts in Nigeria that an Igbo man is going to go to China to import, what if 70% of them are produced and manufactured in Yoruba land by a Yoruba man who is in business with Igbo billionaires? What about that? Would you, as a person working in those factories, producing those parts, seeing them out there, seeing made in Oyo, made in Egba, made in Ondo, this spare crankshaft made in Ekiti, made by this, so, why didn't the Yorubas pull their resources together and say, you know what, let's make a Yoruba man manufacturer of all these parts and save all these Igbo traders the effort of going to China? But they can't do that when they don't even get electricity. to power the government house. They have no electricity to power anywhere pure water factory. So why would they, or how could they be able to alternate the business of Obina, make it easier for Obina to make more money, while you also create more jobs for your own people? So if you are working in those factories, would you hate an Igbo man who is trading with your company, where you as a person works and feed your family, where you get proper wages, not like a stipend that makes you look like a beggar or makes you a beggar? That's an idea that somebody like me would rather use than go about and say, Igbo people want to, they should go back to their home. They should go back. I said, you are saying that people should go back. Igbo people should go back to Igbo land, to go and develop Igbo land. But me and you, we did Scotland. I said, where are you from, Papa? He said he's from Ijebu. I'm Ijebu man. I said, you are an Ijebu man, a Yoruba man. You are living in Scotland. I said, do you know how many Scottish living in Ijebu right now? Or living in Ogun State as we speak right now? Do you know how many Scottish who are living there permanently, like me and you, living here? He said, Scottish people living in Odogbolo Ijebu. Where do they want to go to there? I said, but you are here. You are from Ijebu. You are in the UK. You are in Scotland. You have access to all the healthcare facilities, all this whole thing that makes us wish that we have the same thing replicated in our home in Nigeria. I said, how do you feel how would you feel when the Scottish people says all the Ijebu people should leave Scotland? Would you laugh? Would you smile? Will you beat your chest and say, well, I said, and it was like, but they can't say that now because we are not causing any trouble. I was like, you see, we are not causing any trouble. But initially, you told me the reason why the Igbos are not shouldn't be with us is because they want to dominate everywhere. And I gave you an example of something that could alternate that. Instead of becoming their enemies, instead of becoming their imaginary enemies, what if you become their business partners and then you create jobs, a better life and the rest of that, and everybody lives in peace? How about that? Why is anybody not thinking that? Why is everybody just, why is so many of them feeling like, until we dagger ourselves, until we cutlass ourselves, until we chase ourselves down to the river and the rest of that, which indeed are always quite counterproductive anyway. So I was giving him that example. Then he was like, I never thought it that way. But our people will never do that. I said, well, you will blame an Igbo man for owning a shop in Alaba or owning a shop somewhere, because the politicians that deny you those opportunities, they are still there, and they are telling you when they have lost it all, they are telling you that to look for somebody to blame. And it's so common with them in Lagos. I said, look at the entire place. You have no drinking water in the entire Lagos state. There's no drinking or any running water, government drinking water in any part of Lagos state. None. Zilch. And I asked them, I said, is that because of the Igbos? Say, no, our politicians. I said, but that should be more concerning to you, shouldn't it? So I use those chances to tell people that a blame game and what have you is never going to help anyone. I know those who are keeping us down until we figure it out and we get them are kicked out for whatever it's going to take, right? Until that happens, right, we are just going to have to be on our own. Because somebody like me won't participate in a fraudulent election, and I'm not going to encourage you to. But I'm going to talk about it all the time, as usual. That's why I'm called Maiyegun's Diary Politics. That's what I talk about. And then how that affects you. Because your political decisions, they are very vital decisions that always have consequences. It's as simple as that. You've seen what this has done to you. And then I'm saying, when some said, I said, Omoyele Sowore, do you believe there should be an election? He said, what election? Which election? There's no election. There's nothing that could make anybody say, maybe if we try it this way, it may come out differently. No, it's a big system. The people should be up. Sowore that you don't like, he continue to believe that now revolution will solve this whole thing. Until all of now, no say, until you kick them and you chase them, enter bush, enter forest, we will all continue to complain. He said, what election? I don't believe in it too. And trust me, I don't run for any election, and I don't campaign for any election because I can't even vote in any of your election. Even if I can vote in any of your election, I will never have to risk my life because of all these criminals. And it is actually sad that so many people are currently at loss, and they say, okay, who should we vote for then? What should we do then? Are you not listening? It is a pure waste of time. If there's any energy in you, if there's any at all, look at all this imbalance, look at all this unfair structure and the rest of that. Those should be at the front burner. And you see all these politicians jumping up for election, this election, that they know it. They know that if anything should alter that, if anything should happen before that election, they are done for. And they don't want to be done for. Then you don't know if you should go for the broke. And don't let us pretend that there are no people who want to take them on. We have people who want to take them on, but they just don't have the number yet. And that's why we have to continue to speak out, continue to talk, tell you that every of your electoral decisions comes with consequences. That is my favorite line. Elections get consequences. And there's no way anyone should, for any reason, be blackmailed into, emotionally or whatever, blackmailed into agreeing with them. So we have people who want to take them on. We have a lot of group out there. They're not perfect. The system doesn't want them to be. The system continues to clamp on them. But they are there. They are always there. We can't look away. These groups are there for you to express your disagreement and displeasure. Omoyele Sowore has been so wonderfully active. But unfortunately, it just never really got the vibe. It doesn't get, it's not getting the buzz that comes with the seriousness of this whole thing. So if the Northerners, they pray for Buhari to be president, I mean, they pray for Tinubu to be president, and he be say in the next couple of weeks, Tinubu will have to declare. And if Tinubu doesn't declare in the next couple of weeks, maybe Atiku will have to step in. That's what somebody said, Atiku will have to step in. But if you look at them too, it is like an hopeless situation, right? It's like an hopeless situation. The PDP. Wike, where is that video again? Let me see. Where Wike is talking about saving you. Let me see that.
God will not forgive PDP. If PDP does not rescue this country, God will not forgive PDP. So PDP have everything that goes for it now to make sure that will rescue this country. When these elders were having a problem, God directed somebody to lead them to rescue these elders. And that was Moses. Now, Nigeria has a problem. And the only way Nigeria can be rescued now is that political party called PDP. And if they do not carry out this function to rescue Nigeria, God will not be happy with the party called PDP. And all of us who are members of PDP, God will not be happy. Because there cannot be a political party if there are no human beings. So we must do everything we can to put our party together, to unite our party. Nigerians are waiting.
Are you waiting for them? Now that is the GPT. Nigerians are waiting. Many of you are waiting truly. Sincerely, some of you are waiting that at least, Maiyegun, people have to, me, people talk to me a lot. People tell me things. People are like, see, Maiyegun, I watched your last video. When people disagree with me, sometimes like they will come back and be like, Maiyegun, I watched your last video, man. I disagree with that and the rest of it. So, and then there's some, I still think, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm with you. Go on, I'm with you. Some of you are still hoping that PDP will come to rescue you, right? But the PDP that is coming is going to actually get you to get used to this Fulani that some of you have managed to endure to this point. Some believe that PDP managed Nigeria better, even though they were so corrupt. No, PDP didn't manage Nigeria better. What PDP did is that PDP did not touch that vote line. The vote line is, don't ever confidently or publicly, right, put one ethnic nationality over another. If you try to get your ethnic or tribal madness into political power and you show it, Nigerians would be triggered, and that may be a journey of no return. But Buhari did it. Buhari made everybody realize that, boy, if you know your level, you come here, you be Yoruba. Which Yoruba? Let's see. But I say your own Yoruba, no be original self. So, but anyway, you be third class. You say your own Yoruba original. You know Tinubu you should be original. Now your own be second class citizen. You be what? You be Igbo. No, you be Biafra. No. So everybody now knows their position. Okay? Buhari has made everybody feel like, so is it because it is the turn of the Fulanis? That's why they think they can do whatever they want. No wahala. When it is our own turn too, we will show them, right? Now, because all of now they talk that one, the Fulanis are now so scared to leave power. They're now saying, let's say Buhari time now waste, and the rest of that. So Buhari has shown us that, oh boy, no kuna just hold your side, hold your own people. Now your own people be your own people. If you do, the boy is good. But that's actually a wish anyway. Because you see all those your Nigerian your Yoruba politicians, the Igbo politicians, they are ready to do the mumu is good for every one of them in northern Nigeria if they are going to give them power. That puts us in a very terrible state. It puts us in danger. And giving them election or validating their election for that purpose or hoping on them is like hoping that the train will hit you. But you're not going to die. You're just going to be like a spirit, and the train will hit you, and then you're just going to pass through the train, and then your life will continue like that. That's exactly what some of you, a train wreck is what the PDP and the rest of them are. I hope that to get to a point whereby some of you will actually have, you get it clearer, you find a closure, you find, a sort of a stability, and then maybe we can build on that synergy enough that we can challenge them. That's the one I actually want to see. Thank you so much, Maltek, Abiola. Somebody just gave me 200 naira from Nigeria. And thanks so much for that super chats. Maltek. I wish I'm at home right now when I can take your calls, but I'm not home. So I'm thinking I should round up and let my friend sleep, or I should continue to talk to you since I'm driving, and I can always get home anytime I want to. Okay, so I'm trying to weigh the option: continue talking or start taking your questions, and then what have you for another few minutes before we go, or call it a night. I'm thinking. Don't worry, don't mind me. Thank you so much there, Leith Lochi, my brother. Igbos are the only major power in ancient and modern Nigeria that never invaded other people nor sought to conquer them. How then are they domineering? I've explained to you, it's just the handiwork of the lazy mind. People who want to blame everybody for their misfortune, but themselves. And these people are mostly the ones who believe that Tinubu is coming to rescue them from whatever I've told you that the people of Yoruba land have been subjected to because of the because of the wrong arrangements that we have with Nigeria. If you get what I mean? So people who blame others. So I've told you as well that you know, oh, but you have no choice. You have no idea. You know, this is Temple of Truth, right? And in the Temple of Truth, everybody wants the chief priest to be all right. All right. So even if now 100 naira, if now I've had I remember one princess would give me 10,000, you know, from Nigeria. That's to tell you that you can use the super chat anywhere, and you can support any of your, you know, any of your broadcast. No, no. Should I use any of your vloggers on social media, especially on YouTube? You can support them. So all of you who have bloggers from Nigeria, who gives you content that discuss issues that you are so passionate about, you are concerned about, you want elaborated conversation on, so that you too can get a way of you know, helping your decisions when it comes to all these political choices and all that. So support them. You can give them 200 naira, 500 naira, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, 1 million. In Nigeria, they encourage them. So when my friends do this, and the Temple of Truth is called encouraging my favorite vlogger. So thank you, Maltek, for that. Maltek is not just a super chat user. He is also a member of Maiyegun's Diary Politico on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is that I have managed to tell you tonight that those who are praying for Tinubu's presidency, you're going to see more of them. And there's nothing we can do about it. We're just going to tell you that as sweet, as nice as they might sound to you, and by the time they are done with you, it is going to be the same thing. So if there's any energy to put together, the energy should be about why or Benny. Why do you want to be part of any fraudulent election? Why don't you think we should get together and get and stop these criminals from this type of arranged election? If we insist that we don't want it, I'm talking about when people say we don't want it. Do you get what I mean now? And they follow that up with not just the word, but with action and all that. It is possible that you can make a change into how they approach it this time around. But if we all give up and feel like, Maiyegun, there's nothing anybody can do, Jare, they just have to do their own thing, and then we wait. I have my friends who told me that, Maiyegun, we just have to do our own. We'll continue telling them, we'll continue to tell them that how this is going to end. And when everything finally comes crashing, right, we should also be ready to also welcome them by not doing I told you so. Shall I not tell you? Should I tell you? I told you so now. And the rest of it, so won't be like that. Okay? We should be ready to what? To integrate them into what we said is what everybody should do. Should do if we want to save ourselves and the generation coming after us from the same shackles of you know, this enslavement holding us. And they say, but we are not slaves. I said, no. That's the problem. When they say that Nigerians are under the slavery, the yoke of slavery, the slavery of the political criminals in charge of that place, right? We are not talking about physical slavery. We are not talking about chains. We are talking about psychological enslavement. When they devalue your naira, right? They have devalued you, right? When they take your when they take your financial capacity, or let me say, when they take your spending power, which is what devaluation of your currency is in the first place anyway, and then you have inflation that is at double, or so that is at triple digit or so, biting other, unemployment biting other, and every other thing that you know what I mean now, every other thing that gets directly to you, right? So these are the direct, what do you call it? Let me put it this way. These are the effects of what you say, the decision when you say, oh, I make, you know, election have consequences and the rest of that, right? Or when you say doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result. That's exactly what it means. So why waste time? But some said, Maiyegun, you can't tell them. you are going to make many people see reason why it's not worth it. But at the same time, Maiyegun, you just have to let people experience it. You see, if people did not experience the APC of 2015, so many people will become so popular today, telling Nigerians that it could have been the best. Do you get what I mean now? That it would have, that APC, Buhari, they would have been the best if they had won the election of 2015. So Maiyegun, sometimes we just said, but election year, 4-year cycle of election, that's like 4 years of your life. Just use that to gamble. Yeah? Just gamble with the 4 years of your life, like gamble with that. Let's see if they are going to do it. Let's see how they are going to do it. Thank you so much, Christian Akwaku. My brother, thank you for your super chats. And then there is also Adeyinka Alabi. God bless you. That's another super sticker there from the veterans of Maiyegun's Diary Political. So it all comes to one thing, validating it for them, which some people like to do. They believe that if we do that, maybe. So 4 years is a long time in somebody's life. 4 years. Democracy in Nigeria started in 1999. Demonstration of grace is, we call it. Yeah. 22 years. 4 years, 4 years, 4 years, 4 years, 4 years. 4 times that's 20, then 20 to 24 years. So by 2023, it's going to be like a democracy in Nigeria. It's going to be how many years? 22 years. Am I even right? 2009, 2019, then 2022. So 24 years. There are 24 years young men and women out there. You know them. 24 years old. So somebody like me just feel like, 4 years of your life to gamble, to see if Tinubu will deliver or not. Just same way some of you gambled to see if Buhari will deliver, and you did it again. The people will vote for Buhari twice. They are now championing for Tinubu, and some of you are shouting swagger, swagger. She iya okensu yini. Una no dey tire. Poverty no dey tire you. Suffering no dey tire you. Suffering, hardship no dey tire you. Complain, want, lack no dey tire you. So why would you want to gamble 4 years? But again, just like my brother would say, Baba, why you dey drink Panadol or they drink paracetamol for another person's headache? I said, if this whole thing is about their headache, I wouldn't even have bothered, like, oh, that's not their own headache. But have you noticed that the worse Nigeria gets, the worse that Nigeria becomes, right? The tougher it becomes for those of you who even live abroad. Now you are more into having to help more people. As Nigeria sink more into poverty, as the economy sinks and crashes more, so many of us have to take responsibility of people that used to take care of themselves before. So now Nigeria, they enter debt. Now we they pay. Have you not noticed? Nigeria is in debt. Now the people where they abroad, most of us, they pay. They say, you see, these days you see something like, oh, we are starting, we are going to do giveaway, just to help people. As Nigeria gets worse, as things get harder, those of you who have something to live on, those of you who have something I mean, something you call yours, right? You have to part with them most of the time now. So which means, now them they vote criminals. Now we they pay the bill. Somebody is asking me, are you serious? Are you serious? Me, I'm asking you, are you serious for asking me if I'm serious? Are you new? That Nigerians have thrown away shame. bank account number of people, bank card, bank number, bank account number, name, account number, name, account name, and the rest of that. On social media, you will see them in their millions there. Grown up, grown up people who used to have their own life and responsibility. They were living it before Buhari happened to them. Today, they can no longer live and survive on that. And then I say 4 years. Why would you want to sacrifice another 4 years of that? My friend, there's nothing we can do about it. We just leave it that way. And I'm like, why would you want to say there's nothing you can do? Thank you so much, Vicky, for that super chat as well. And here we go. Prayer Docent, thank you so much for your super sticker. He said that we didn't even know that you are on the road. Oh, deserve, well done. Ojere Aburowa Atata. Thank you so much, ma. Prayer Docent. Those are my people. And the people who they take care of Maiyegun without all. I like Maiyegun, please do this. Just do this all the time. I enjoy listening to you. I think it's because I always make it look chatty. Like chatty, that you can just sit down there and be like, oh, I've not been cracking my jokes at this night, but again, it's a serious stuff because consequences of elections get consequences. You know what I mean? There's always going to be consequences. And then we, who have always been, I've been that victim, okay? That's why I'm pretty much like, if people can avoid it, if people understand the gravity of their decision, of ruling people out that these guys are of no no benefit or of no use to you. It shouldn't be yours to defend them, to root for them, to do anything at all in their defense when you can have an alternative to it, to them. So there's consequences after elections, and in all honesty, my people, in all honesty, if it's suffering, don't tire you. There's nothing wrong in asking for or saying no. Okay, so if you go out there now, you see them. Please, I need urgent 2K. Please, I need. Can you please help me? I have not I've not had anything to eat for the past 2 days. My family are struggling. Give me 1K. Give me that. And 6 years ago, these are people who possibly were able to manage and do something with their lives. The value of your money has reduced. The inflation in your country has made it difficult for you to even feed, because even if you have the money, they have become so much like almost nothing now. And that is something that some of you should consider when you look at the people who made that happen. Who are those who brought that upon you? They have names, and they're out again offering themselves as those who want to help you. So you can stop all of that. There's nothing pointing to the fact that they are going to be of help. I'm a Yoruba man, and I want to see people say, oh, you know what? We are going to do our own resistance enough that first, we shouldn't be taking the campaigns of these people in our area. Let's ensure that not that they are just, even though they have their members that are going to vote for them, let's just make sure that they don't just experience voters apathy. They also experience a campaign apathy. Campaign apathy is that even when they share their money, when they share this or that, people won't still show up in their nonsense gathering. So where they are going to lie to them. So there's so many ways you can stage this. There's so many ways you can tell them that this is a rigged system and it's a waste of time. We deserve something better, and yet you will get something better. Sawole Falodun, thank you so much for your super sticker. And somebody, General, Happy New Year. It's like some people are giving me New Year sticker, like Maiyegun, Happy New Year. Take your New Year money. So, this month is also my birthday. I'm not saying that you have to give me money for my birthday or you have to buy me this or that. But I just want to say that the last person, the person who gave me 5,000, before even that, the person who gave me 5,000 naira on my birthday, called me just 2 days after that, and he said, Maiyegun, I just won a contract of 100 million. It's like, wow, maybe it is because of my birthday. The person who called me on my 34th birthday, who gave me, what do you call it, who gave me 2,000 pounds, a lot of money. He called me just 2 days after that as well. And, you know, he got the promotion at work, a promotion that that will end. No, that's not so that they do. You see now, somebody told me yesterday and he said, Maiyegun, you don't know that you are so good that you can be a pastor. If you are in Nigeria, you have people with a day, you will go to your church and they will be listening to you. Because you can, if you choose to lie to people and you look at them straight, you know, straight face, lie to people, you lie to them. I just spoke to God now. Now, his number that ended with 081, that's the one with that line, and that line at the call, the one with be conference room forever. I just spoke to God now. And some people will be like, hey, I trust this Maiyegun. So I'm just joking anyway. So yeah, my birthday is this month, and it's going to be on the 30th of January. Every 30th of January is my birthday. So to every one of you, thank you very much as you have that in your mind. So, right, elections have consequences. And the first one we experience is the one we are still dealing with. Our education system in Yoruba land hasn't improved. And we can't blame the Fulanis for that, okay? Or let me say, you can't blame the Fulanis completely for that, or blame the federal government for that. Somehow I prefer to call the federal government of Nigeria Fulani government of Nigeria, okay? So we can't blame them completely if those who speak our language, those who speak, you know, those who are supposed to speak for us, if they are indeed speaking for us, okay? Nobody is going to cheat us if those who are supposed to fight for us are indeed fighting for us. It's so obvious that the characters who are going to tell you or sell the trade of Yoruba man for president or this or that for president, they are going to be the characters that you know. They are the same characters who told your brothers and sisters 6 years ago when they were still in, when some of them are still in university or colleges or whatever. They told them that they need to fear Buhari. They need to fear Buhari. They need to march for Buhari. If they want their future to be determined, they need to do this, they need to do that. Some of you encouraged them. You told them, see, I'm talking to you now because, you see, the demography of my viewers, right, cut across between the highest of my viewers are people between the ages of 35 and 65. So this demography is demography that have people they care for, they cater for. This is also the demography that feels the brunt of what Nigeria has become more. They are watching me right now. They will tell you, these are the people in their 50s, in their 60s, right? Who once worked so well, so hard, and they care so much about future. So they will easily tell you as a young person, do you care about your future? If you care about your future, you better go and support Buhari. If you care about your future, you better go and vote for APC. They're going to create jobs and the rest of them. They're going to do this or that and that. Now, the people, the characters that you trusted then that will make the life and the future of these young people better. Now, they have stolen those future. They've stolen their inheritance and all that, okay? So it will be so hard. It will be so bad for any of you to comfortably, right, mislead them again, because look around you. They are now jobless. Some of you are now having to take responsibility on them. Some of you are parents on your own. Your children are graduates. Some of you are actually looking for, now, because Nigeria has its Buhari and gang and Tinubu and gang, they have failed you. They didn't just fail you, they shattered you, especially for those of you who believed in them back then, right? They shattered you, right? So the same Tinubu who is now coming back to say, okay, I'm going to have a solution for that. You as a person, tell yourself this truth, okay? Many of you are now responsible for the upkeep and the living of these young people you misled then. Some of you have repented, but the consequences of what you did is still affecting the rest of the people today. And now some of you are working so much on how to make sure that your children, they japa. Some of you know that the Yoruba, the Nigerian elite, they are raising money, they are making, doing everything to see that their children probably just have to get japa and leave Nigeria. And these are the people that were 6 years ago, they were saying that many of you living outside Nigeria, you are going to be begging to come back to Nigeria. Even Igbo will be begging to come and take Nigerian visa. So the people who gave those advices then, today, they've swallowed it because Buhari has disappointed all of them. But it will be so sad if you still find the category, that same category of people encouraging young people for Tinubu. Have you not seen him? Have you not seen Tinubu, for goodness sake? Why would you wish that on any young people as an elderly person or what have you? And you as a young person, why would you wish this kind of system on yourself? Why is it so hard for you to distance yourself from this madness? Why do you think it's hard? It is hard because, number one, you are conditioned to see it that way. Number two, you are conditioned to believe that you can't think rationally, you can't think outside the box, you can't do it on your own. Number three is that they want you to believe that even if you think you can think it, right, until they feel like you deserve it, you can't get it. Now, all this whole thing are the limitation or limited barriers placed, placed ahead of you, in front of you. But some of you are already like succumbing. About there's nothing we can do, Jari. About there's this or that. I'm like, okay, if there's nothing you can do, maybe suffer no they tire you. So if suffer no they tire you, who am I? But you sort of see how somebody that should go and spend time to take care of himself. I mean, come on. Have you not suffered enough in the hand of these septuagenarians, octogenarians, these old, haggard criminals who uses a football age, who believes that they probably will never go old or grow old? Why should anybody put their destiny in their hand? Why should you want to fight anybody to defend them? Why? This is why. Because you are conditioned to be like that. But you can uncondition yourself if you want to uncondition yourself. But the thing is, how many of them actually doesn't want to be in the position or in the shoes of the criminals who brought this upon them? How many? Maybe few. You know what? I'm going to go let every one of you go to bed, okay? It's so late that some of us are still going to work tomorrow. Work don't start. New Year is here. I mean, New Year is over. January don't count. And to some of you, who thought that January is a long time away, and you probably told yourself, I'm going to take care of it in January. Today is 4th of January, okay? It's already here. And just same way, I'm going to spend a lot of my time talking about topics like this. How the actions of the criminals that are going to, how the criminals are going to come by and offer you help, offer you solution, offer you better life. The same thing they stole from you for the past 3.5 years, coming back to offer them back to you. And me reminding you that some of you will tell me we know and the rest of that. So I will spend most of my time more on that in these coming days, weeks, and the month ahead. And then I will continue to give our support to everybody who is standing up for the freedom fighters, for the self-determination fighters, and every one of them out there. We will continue to give our support to them. As long as we keep it civil, we keep it respectful, and we keep it very much consistent and active, we'll do our best in that part. But revolution of the mind, a revolution of the mind, that is some very powerful stuff that I think, if it's going to be my area of specialty, I will work more on that. Let me be the one that keeps to be that voice that's speaking in your head. That voice that continues to probably answer some of your curiosity when it comes to the political permutation and political, hierarchy of Nigeria. Let me continue to be that mind that continue to tell you that if you don't support the fraudulent rigged election and you join those who demand for a constitutional change and indeed a referendum, if you continue to, align to that and in the way, yeah. Thank you. So yeah, thank you so much for your time tonight. So far, so good. All right. Sorry, I keep picking up something there. So yeah, thank you so much for your time. I will continue to spend my time doing this until we have enough number of people who can actually make a difference. Something some people don't like. But what can I do? I can't help you. If we all need to help ourselves to make this happen. But again, thank you so much. for your time. I actually wished I could take calls earlier, right? But I'm not going to be able to. But tomorrow, when I'm broadcasting from home, I will probably be taking calls. It's been a while. So thank you so much to every one of you who took your time to stay with me till night, till this time. And at the same time, thanks so much to every one of you who actually make it rain on the super chat part of this chat tonight. And to every one of you who actually comment, share, and the rest of that. Yeah, thank you. Please like that video before you go. Share it if you haven't yet. Okay, sometimes you come in late. And if you are just joining, just move it back and then watch from the beginning again. It's a strange place, quite so different. But again, I hope the camera was good enough on your device, enough, and the voice is also good enough on your device. I'm going to see you tomorrow, or should I say, I'll see you again when I see you. Like that video, share it, and you have a good night. Bye-bye.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Wọ́n bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá sì lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀.